Players 1 of 100.
You can get 100 people playing this game at a time.
Okay. Does this shot work? All right. Should I move over like this? We're doing the first ever. It's like the third we've done today. The first ever ZeroSpace cast. This is CatZ versus Scarlet. They are both working on. Let me go to spectate here. They're both working on ZeroSpace. CatZ, legendary StarCraft 1 player, as well as a very good player in StarCraft 2 early on. Obviously stayed with the scene the whole time. Scarlet, I feel like she needs no introduction. She is a god in RTS.
A very strong pedigree in competitive StarCraft.
And this is going to be fun. We're going to see how quickly Scarlet will join the game.
She's here. That's Scarlet.
Average RTS player is her ID. Well, we're ready to start whenever.
Sure that's Scarlet.
Whenever you are, CatZ. If you guys like this kind of content, like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment.
Definitely leave a comment.
Definitely leave a comment.
How good of a job we're doing.
That's right.
Mispronouncing unit names.
That's right. It's been fun for us to try to get a handle on this game. I feel like a lot of, I don't know about you, Ziggy. I feel like RTSs don't come naturally to me. I feel like I have to put in a lot of work to get my head wrapped around it. But it is always fun and exciting to have something new to kind of pour yourself into.
Yeah, as soon as you get your eye in to a new game, it definitely feels very rewarding, specifically in RTS. This one seems to be going in a slightly different direction than what we typically used to, like with StarCraft, right? So I don't know what to think yet. I'm enjoying the game so far. I'm looking forward to learning more about it. And hopefully we're going to learn a lot from this game with CatZ and Scarlet.
Yeah, it's I think our mic's is your mic cutting out or is it mine?
Mine is working fine, I think.
Okay, I think there might be a small crackle, guys. Anytime I've tabbed out here, it seems to have a small crackle. So apologies about that. We have our two players here. This is Scarlet over here in the top left, and in the bottom right is CatZ. So CatZ is playing Grell. Scarlet, I believe, is playing. Is this Protectorate?
Yes, that is correct. She's playing Protectorate, and they're already moving out into the middle of the map to try and contest that first tower.
Yeah,
so
they're going to be fighting over this right now. So this is immediately we're going to see that it is two heroes chased off right away here. It's going to be Scarlet down here in the bottom left trying to fight over this tower up here. It looks like CatZ is going to secure the first tower here. This is with a tech hero, by the way. Scarlet playing with Perfect Nova over here.
It's interesting because every tower has these creeps around it that when you kill them, they drop Hexite. So we could see Scarlet already going for that. She didn't contest the middle tower. She just went for the bottom one to get as much money as quickly as possible. And she is building an expansion in the natural end already, going for a barracks here. We do see a harvester already going for flux here as well for Scarlet. Meanwhile, does CatZ... I think he's got one harvester already out on the map to the north.
Over here?
Yeah,
yes, he does. He's got one up here. So we've got Scarlet with this control over this first tower. It looks like we could end up with another fight over here. Worker going to be moving out on this side of the map. I'm really curious about this. That's going to be killed off. Maybe because you don't need to make anything at this phase of the game, you might as well just scout with it. It does respawn after it's killed.
Yeah, that's true. These guys spawn automatically from every base, and when you build a new one, you can't really build them manually. And I don't think they cost anything, so as long as you're not building anything, might as well use them for scouting. She is going for a factory to follow that up with... Sorry, is that a factory? I think it's a factory next to the barracks.
And a factory, yeah. By the way, the placement's kind of interesting. Yeah, just tucked over here onto this high ground area. Scarlet, by the way, in control of both the periphery turrets. CatZ is going to come down here and try to shut this one down.
Yeah, Scarlet's hero is a bit more mobile than CatZ's, so she can definitely run around the map a little bit more than her opponent.
We had a decoy hero. Now, I'm not familiar with that one, although it does seem to be having a seizure after death there. That's a death rattle for that. I guess you could make some kind of like a hologram of your own hero and send that out as a distraction, but that was killed off.
If you look in the top right, we see a high flux deposit spawning here, and CatZ is already waiting here with his worker to start harvesting that. So as you can see, this high yield flux deposit, it has a higher gathering rate per minute than the regular nodes. We also have one spawning in the bottom left, but that is not being contested right now by either hero. Somebody's hero just evaporated. I think CatZ just lost his hero.
I think we just missed that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think CatZ just lost his hero. That's going to be respawning in a little bit of time. It looks like there's 45 seconds before that's going to be back in action. So Scarlet can absolutely take advantage of this and try to take over the map. Scarlet already with some pretty decent map control. Coming down now, taking the left tower over here, bottom left tower, excuse me, and securing that. Also securing these resources here in the top right. So it seemed like it was pretty back and forth, but at about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, Scarlet really got good control of the game here. And it's been tough ever since here for CatZ.
Yeah, she got a few big W's on the board here there with a hero kill, as well as gathering that flux from the top right-hand corner. She's being chased out of there now by CatZ, but she's now retaking control of the map with the middle tower also going under her control in just a second here as well. But the big thing is the hero. You don't want to lose your hero early on in the game because it just gives you so much map control and like the ability to contest these towers, the grand XP, you know, something you can't really afford to do or to have happen in the early game.
Right. I mean, we're going to have CatZ come up now onto the side, try to take a fight. It looks like we're going to have a dive in from Scarlet, but she realizes that the Perfect Nova hero doesn't have enough HP to actually do this. So both sides decide to back off. That hero, by the way, for CatZ now back in the game. The tech hero out now once more. Scarlet going to try to mow down any units that are stuck in the back, but doesn't manage to find much. It's been a really interesting game so far. I think CatZ is still in this somewhat, although Scarlet does have about a 10 supply lead right now.
Oh, I think Scarlet's about to lose her here, and down it goes. CatZ managing to get that nice pickup in the middle of the map. He's taking control of the tower as well. Meanwhile, Scarlet fighting for that flux in the bottom left with mercenaries.
This spider unit and this, it almost looks like a harvester from Command & Conquer. These are effectively the same thing. So basically the very corner locations there for those super rich resources, Scarlet's been able to be in control of both of these games.
Well, Scarlet's losing units in the middle of the map. We can see those tanks getting very low. She does get those recalls in, as we can remember. Protectorate here, or the race, Protectorate's faction, has this recall ability that's very cheap, and you can basically spam it all the time. So if you've got good micro, you can save your units very easily. But CatZ is pushing in towards that 12 o'clock position. He's going to pick off one harvester and probably back off from there. But, you know, good map control coming in from CatZ. Meanwhile, Scarlet with some harassment of her own.
By the way, we've got a little attack over here from CatZ. This is actually kind of a crazy game. Another attack down here. Scarlet hitting the natural and taking out these really important resource nodes. Now, these will organically rebuild, but of course, you're just going to be out of luck for a while as that has to recover. CatZ is going to push into here, but this does sort of look like an overextension. Yeah, definitely an overextension here as we see. Oh, I think that must have been a misclick almost over there for a second from CatZ. Looks like he jumped in, but then had to pull right back out.
I think this hero has a swap ability. Like, you cast it, and then it swaps locations with the target. So he was going for a pickup on Scarlet's hero, but he doesn't really have the firepower here with the Grell. Scarlet's winning on every single front, really.
Yeah.
She's just destroyed the expansion in the natural.
It could be misleading because it looks like they have the same number of bases, but the fact that this was basically demolished, this structure will rebuild in a second here, and then these resource nodes will be reclaimed, if I'm understanding the game correctly. But without that, I mean, that's a lot of time that you just don't have any kind of viable income here. Yeah. So, CatZ is hurting. He's limping through this game. Scarlet is, again, in control now in the bottom left side of the map. This turret's going to be, it's contested for now, but it's going to be secured again in a second. And, you know, again, this game is so new to both of us, but I don't really see an easy way for CatZ to recover.
Yeah, CatZ took a lot of damage in the early game. It all goes back to the fact that he lost his hero, and things just started falling like dominoes from there because he couldn't keep up with Scarlet out on the map, started losing turrets or the towers. And it just snowballed there from there for Scarlet. It's interesting to see how she's fighting here with. That's the recall.
Oh, that's the recall.
Yeah. How she's
fighting. I didn't know what that was. I was like, oh my god. So what were you saying? Sorry, Ziggy.
I was just trying to say that it's interesting to see how she's relying on mercenaries in the early game. Like, you can see these 4 little car buggy things that she's using. These are mercenaries, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, for map control in the early game instead of just like going full commandos, which she's prone to do just playing normally, I think, from what I've seen so far.
We've got a pretty big death ball here from Scarlet. These striker tanks here are quite good. They can take fights at a distance. So I would almost imagine Scarlet could just occupy this area over here, and she can just start to shell these regions that are very close to this base up here. By the way, just one thing I've noticed for both players on this map, this seems like a good area to set up for defensive turrets, to kind of perch that over the high ground and control stuff from there. Keep in mind, we can see everything, but you do need to have vision to fight, to fire up onto high ground. I don't see any air units here. So this isn't the easiest area for Scarlet to try to push into and do damage. But again, I think the math doesn't lie. It's CatZ with 67 supply to Scarlet with about 110.
And she's going for a fourth, I think. She's got that at about, what, 9 o'clock queued up there. So CatZ just falling further and further behind here. I don't see how he stops this army. This is just too many tanks. Maybe if he gets a few good AoEs.
Yeah, I just don't know. I think you're probably right. This looks like a pretty undefended location. Scarlet basically figuring out where the weakness is and going for it. We do have CatZ with a small army here on the other side of the map looking for some kind of a counterattack here. We know that Scarlet could recall, but I think what will probably happen is Scarlet will take this fight here, wipe out this expansion, and then head back and defend. Yeah. Scarlet, by the way, on 1, 2, 3, 4 bases, still mining, you know, in a very healthy state.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for Scarlet to try and take this 3 o'clock and then recall to try and fight for some map control.
One thing we were learning about this game when we were playing earlier on stream, Ziggy, was that this is a game where you can't infinitely rally to the unit, at least in this iteration. So we had a big rally of units down here. Otherwise, they would basically get pulled in through the maze-like pattern of the map, and you'd have isolated stuff, and it would get stuck. So the next control group is actually over here. Scarlet's now moving around the map with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's now more than doubling her opponent in supply, so she can pretty much do whatever she wants.
Yeah, you don't really, in an RTS game, not even in ZeroSpace, but just in general, you don't really have the the burden's kind of on the player that's losing, you know, to get out and figure out what to do. And I feel like from here, it's just going to be a simple control game here from Scarlet.
Yeah, there's really no anti-snowball mechanics that I can think of for the time being, other than like the talents and the top bar abilities. But I think CatZ really used up his energy earlier on throughout the game, so there's really hardly anything for him to try and contest Scarlet. Like, look at this! Look at the firepower of these strikers.
What's happening here? These guys cloak? The Lashers, I guess, do have a cloak ability. Not that seemed to matter that much.
Yeah, Commander.
So, I guess this will be the next location for Scarlet to try to push into, is to hit this base down here. Again, these periphery bases seem to be pretty exposed. We've got another small attack here from Scarlet hitting over here. I don't know how much longer CatZ is going to stay in the game, to be totally honest.
Oh, this could be one of the final pushes of the game. He's trying to defend at the 6 o'clock location, but there's hardly any units at the 3 o'clock.
Hero
Scarlet
dies.
is pulling back, but as you said, the hero dies.
Yeah, that was just brutal. Now, again, Scarlet knows when to get in, but also knows when to get right back out. Just realizing maybe it wasn't going to work to push all the way in here. Instead, is going to come back and try to protect that area there. But again, a 3-base CatZ. I mean, the numbers don't lie. We have Scarlet now up to 5 bases here with this location being taken. Is this 5? Yeah, this is 5
correct.
bases. So there's almost no more bases here, even on Scarlet's side of the map. But here, CatZ really has no way to get out on the map and really get that much done.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the final push from Scarlet.
Yeah.
As you said, you know, CatZ really can't fight out on the map. He's contained on 3 bases, and GG, there we have it.
The average RTS player wins. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. I apologize for some of the little audio hiccups there at the start. I think our mic was crackling. I'll try to get another Go XLR cable for that mic. Anyways, fun stuff. Very exciting stuff. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Check out tastelessthreads.com, my merch shop. And we'll see you in a future video and or cast. Bye-bye.